Okay, this is a problem out of 8.6. It happens to be your number 3. Now let's come talk about the problem. So PMT is the payments that you'll make. So PMT stands for payments. P stands for your principal, or that large amount that you're getting a loan for. T, in this problem, the principal is $17,000. So see, I'm getting that from right here. And T is the time in years that you will take. And the time in years, let's see, it says for A, it's a 3-year loan at 6.3%. So the time in years is 3 years. The interest rate in decimal form, they've given us a percent. And remember, when you have a percent given, you have to move the decimal 2 places to the right. So that becomes 0.063 for R, or your rate. And the number of compounds is how many times that gets compounded throughout a year, or how many payments you're going to make in a year. And in this case, it says you're going to make monthly payments. So that's 12 payments per year. Okay, so let me show you. Let's come over here and put that in our calculator. Here's our formula, and what I told you to do is just put in the first part. So I'm going to put in the P, which is 17,000. Open parenthesis, the rate is 0.063 divided by N, which is our number of compounds, which was 12 because it was monthly. Then hit your division symbol, and then I told you to make sure you put your entire denominator in parentheses. So I'm going to open parenthesis, and now I'm going to do this whole bottom, and then at the end I'm going to close a parenthesis. So I always just do 1 minus, and then same open a parenthesis, 1 plus R divided by N. Notice that'll be the same thing you had in parentheses on top. R divided by N was 0.063 divided by 12. Here's your close parenthesis, and then raise that to the negative NT. You can calculate that first, but you don't have to. Most calculators have an up arrow button or a raise to a power button. Mine happens to be right here. So I'm going to do raise to the negative. N is number of compounds again. That's 12. Times T is the time in years, which in this problem, which it tells us right here because we're doing loan A, was 3. And then don't forget, remember we had an opening parenthesis here, so we need a closing parenthesis at the end. And then I'll just enter, and we find out that our monthly payments are going to be $519.49. So you can see that's the correct answer there. Then if you want to know how much of that was total interest, you take the $519.49, $19.49, and remember we paid that once a month, so that's 12 times for 3 years. So the total amount we paid in payments is $18,701.64. However, all of that isn't interest. That's how much we paid total with interest. So if I want to find out number 2, that total interest, then I take the amount I put in and subtract off the amount of the loan was $17,000. And that tells us the amount of interest for the loan, which was $1,701.64. So let's go ahead and do B as well while we're at it. So B, we're changing time in years. It says B is a 5-year loan. So let's do it for 5 years at 0.064%. I'm reading right here, installment loan for a 5-year loan at 6.4%. Again, it's still monthly. It's still $17,000. So really what I'm going to do, what I can do on my calculator, is I'm just going to change those 2 numbers that I just changed. I think I can get that back real quick. You may or may not be able to do this on your calculator. I may or may not be able to do it on this one, but if I can, I'm going to go back to that big formula I already put in, okay? And remember the T, which is time in years, changed to 5 years. So the 3 changed to a 5, which is right there. So I'm going to just change my 3 to a 5. And then let's see what else changed. 0.063 changed to 0.064. So I'm going to go through and change 0.063 to 0.064. Did anything else change? Nope, it's still monthly, so that's still 12 and it's still 17,000. So I'm going to enter that and see what our monthly payment of our loan really goes down, because we had 6.4%, which is a larger percentage rate, and we spread it out over 5 years. So that for B is the monthly payment for loan B is $331.83. $331.83. And again, if I want to find out the total interest that I paid, we paid that for 5 years. Oops, sorry about that. Let's see, we paid that monthly payment. So it was a monthly payment for 5 years. So we put in over $19,000. And if I subtract off the $17,000 that our loan was for, I'll find out how much of those payments that I paid was total interest for loan B. So the total interest for loan B is $2,909.80. So I hope this helps you work out that problem, and it should help you with all the other problems, because basically this was 2 problems in one. So thanks for asking.